The rodeo world is mourning one of their own. Professional bull rider Dylan Grant has died after suffering fatal injuries while competing in the Wharton County Youth Fair Extreme Bulls event in Wharton, Texas on April 3rd. He was only 24 years old, a young man in the prime of his life with talent, heart, and dreams as big as the skies he rode under. His tragic passing has sent a shockwave through the tight-knit rodeo community and beyond, leaving loved ones and fans devastated. Dylan's father, Wade Grant, shared that his son had been thrown from the bull he was riding and then stepped on. "He got his neck stepped on," Wade explained in an emotional interview with ABC News released April 4th. "He ran out of the arena and straight to the ambulance with these injuries." The pain in his voice was undeniable, the ache of a father who had to watch his son's life slip away in a matter of moments. According to the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, medics at the scene acted immediately, rushing to Dylan's side as soon as he was injured. They worked tirelessly to stabilize him in the ambulance before he was airlifted to Memorial Hermann Texas Medical Center in Houston. Despite the efforts of the medical team, Dylan succumbed to his injuries. He passed away doing what he loved, but far too soon. "What happened to Dylan last night was very, 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 very rare," Wade Grant emphasized. "It was a freak accident." There was a rawness in his words, a father trying to make sense of the unthinkable. He spoke with pride of Dylan's strength and character, calling him double tough and filled with kindness. Those who knew Dylan say his resilience was matched only by the gentleness of his spirit. Dylan leaves behind not only his grieving father, but also his mother, Tiffany, and his brother, Derek. Their heartbreak is immeasurable. Dylan's family has always been supportive of his rodeo career, attending events, cheering him on, and being by his side through every fall and every win. To lose him in this way is the kind of pain no family should ever have to endure. Dylan's journey in the rodeo world was marked by determination and talent. He wasn't just a rider, he was a force. In 2021, he won the bull riding title at the Mountain States Circuit Finals Rodeo. That same year, he competed for the University of Wyoming rodeo team, earning accolades and the respect of his peers. His fellow riders knew him not just as a competitor, but as a brother, a friend, and a light in the often grueling world of professional rodeo. He graduated from the University of Wyoming in 2023 with a degree in physical education teacher education. Dylan had plans. He wasn't just betting everything on the rodeo. He had built a path that included educating others, mentoring young athletes, and shaping lives. He was passionate about learning and teaching, and he understood the value of both perseverance and compassion. The University of Wyoming rodeo team expressed their heartbreak in a statement shared April 4th. The University of Wyoming rodeo team is heartbroken in learning of the passing of former student-athlete Dylan Grant, who tragically lost his life in a bull riding accident in Texas, they wrote on Instagram. "Our thoughts and prayers are with Dylan's father, Wade, and Dylan's mother, Tiffany, during this unthinkable time." They continued, describing Dylan as a champion of life inside and outside of the arena. The phrase echoed the sentiments of everyone who knew him. He was someone who understood the risks of bull riding, yet faced them with courage, never letting fear dictate his path. Dylan didn't just ride bulls. He lived fully, he loved deeply, and he gave everything to the life he chose. The University of Wyoming rodeo team expressed their heartbreak in a statement shared April 4th. The University of Wyoming rodeo team is heartbroken in learning of the passing of former student-athlete Dylan Grant, who tragically lost his life in a bull riding accident in Texas, they wrote on Instagram. "Our thoughts and prayers are with Dylan's father, Wade, and Dylan's mother, Tiffany, during this unthinkable time." They continued, describing Dylan as a champion of life inside and outside of the arena. The phrase echoed the sentiments of everyone who knew him. He was someone who understood the risks of bull riding, yet faced them with courage, never letting fear dictate his path. Dylan didn't just ride bulls. He lived fully, he loved deeply, and he gave everything to the life he chose. "Once a cowboy, always a cowboy," the rodeo team added. That line now serves as both a tribute and a legacy, a reminder that Dylan Grant will always be remembered as a cowboy in heart, in grit, and in soul. The outpouring of love and support from the rodeo community has been massive, with tributes flooding in from friends, fellow riders, and fans across the country. Those closest to Dylan remember him for more than just his accomplishments in the arena. They remember his laugh, his relentless work ethic, the way he encouraged those around him, and how he never turned away from a challenge. They recall his kindness, how he made time for everyone, and how his presence lifted spirits even on the hardest days. As the rodeo community mourns, many are also sharing stories, snippets of Dylan's life that reveal just how extraordinary he truly was. There are tales of early morning practices, dusty arenas, long road trips filled with laughter, and late-night conversations under starry skies. Dylan was not only admired for his skill but loved for his heart. He gave without expecting, supported without hesitation, and lived with a spark that inspired others. The news of Dylan's passing has also reignited conversations around the dangers of rodeo sports. Bull riding, often considered one of the most dangerous sports in the world, demands immense physical and mental strength. Riders face not only the unpredictability of the animal but also the ever-present risk of life-threatening injuries. Despite advancements in safety gear and medical readiness, tragedies like Dylan's serve as sobering reminders of the stakes involved. But for Dylan and many like him, riding was never about chasing danger. It was about passion, about testing limits, about feeling alive. It was about heritage and tradition, about community and brotherhood. And for Dylan, it was also about joy. The kind of joy that comes from doing something you were born to do. His father, Wade, spoke through tears as he reflected on the man his son had become. "He loved it," Wade said. "He absolutely loved it." This wasn't just a sport to Dylan, it was his life. It was in his blood, in his bones. Dylan's mother, Tiffany, though publicly quiet in the days following the accident, has received an outpouring of love and condolences. Friends close to the family say she was Dylan's biggest supporter, the one who held his world steady, who kept him grounded while he chased his dreams. As preparations begin for Dylan's memorial, those who knew him best are focusing on the legacy he leaves behind. It's a legacy built not only on titles and trophies, but on kindness, resilience, and unwavering determination. He inspired others to ride hard, to live fully, and to never back down from a challenge. Though his time on Earth was far too short, Dylan made it count. Every ride, every class, every conversation, he gave his all. He may have ridden bulls, but he also lifted people. He left a mark not just in arenas but in hearts, and that is something death cannot take away. In towns and cities across the country, rodeo families are lighting candles, hosting rides in his memory, and sharing photos and memories. They speak of Dylan with reverence and affection, with tears and with laughter. They remember the cowboy who wore his hat with pride, who never met a stranger, and who lived with the kind of grit that defined generations before him. For young riders, Dylan's story is now part of their education. His name will be spoken in locker rooms, on practice fields, and during rodeo camps. Not as a cautionary tale, but as a story of love, passion, and the incredible power of chasing what sets your soul on fire. He will be a symbol of courage for many who step into the chute for the first time, carrying dreams and determination. As time passes, the immediate sting of grief may lessen, but the memory of Dylan Grant will remain etched in the hearts of those who knew him. His life, though brief, was full of love, full of hope, full of wild rides and fearless choices. Cowboy spirit he embodied lives on in every ride, every roar of the crowd, every child who dreams of climbing. On a bull one day, the rodeo world has lost a warrior, but heaven has gained a cowboy. Rest easy, Dylan. May your spirit ride forever free.